Hey, thanks for making it to Veterans Info Tap. I'm glad you made it. Hey, I wanted to talk to you about one really important thing when it comes to getting ready to file your claim. Whether you're filing a claim for the first time, or you're filing a claim for a secondary condition or an increase on an existing condition, or hey, I missed a condition when I filed my previous claims and I want to file a claim for that now. It is super important that you file an intent to file. Do that form first. It's a simple form. It's very minimal information. And all it does is it informs the VA that, hey, VA, I, veteran, am planning to file a claim within the next 12 months. And if you, as the veteran, file your claim within the next 12 months, the VA will preserve that intent to file date as your effective date. Now, this is really important for a couple reasons. One, if it takes you a little bit of time before you file your claim, those are extra months of back pay that you would get, right? So let's just say that your claim changes or is awarded whatever, and you're getting $1,000 more than you used to get. You could have it could have been zero before, and now it's $1,000. Or you could have been at 2 and now you're at 3, right? But whatever. We're just to use easy numbers for me. If your intent to file is filed, and then let's say that it goes 10 months before you actually file your claim, then let's say that it takes 10 months for the VA to process your claim and award you $1,000 a month for your claim, whatever that equates to as a percentage. You will get your back pay from the award date to your claim date, right? That's 10 months, so that's $10,000, but also from the claim date to your intent to file date, because you filed your intent to file prior to 12 months or whatever, within the 12 months of you filing your thing, so it stayed active. So now you have an additional 10. So now you have $20,000 in back pay. Now, the back pay piece is awesome, and that's great, and I really like that. But almost equally important is the amount of pressure and stress that it takes off of you when you're getting ready to put together your claim. What I see over and over again is we, veterans, myself included, tend to get a little bit trigger happy when it comes to filing a claim. As soon as you think about it, now you've gotten a little bit of documentation together and you're like, good enough. Let's get it filed and let's get that ball rolling so I can get my claim awarded by the VA. Great that you're super excited about it. However, did you miss anything in your excitement to get it filed? Because if you did, two things could happen. One, you could end up not getting service connected because you missed something because you were rushing. That's the worst case scenario. The other scenario is you could end up getting a lower rating than what you could have gotten because you didn't supply all of the information that the VA would have needed in order to rule a better ruling for you with regard to a percentage. So take that pressure off, file your intent to file, give yourself time to follow up with your doctor, get your DBQs completed, have a nexus letter completed if that's what's needed, or get buddy statements or whatever it is. Take the time to study your schedule of ratings regarding your specific condition and making sure that information gets placed into your medical records with your current doctor. Those types of things will pay off dividends for you in the claim process if you front load it instead of the other way that this is what happens more often. A veteran doesn't put in the homework, doesn't do the time, doesn't figure out all the pieces, doesn't make sure that their claim is fully developed. They just shotgun it and get it out there as fast as they can. Then the VA rules negatively in whatever case that is. Whether it was a lower rating, now you're mad because you got a 0% or a 10%, but you feel it should have been a 30. Or they give you not service connected, and now you're super mad because you know you've had it ever since you were in, right? So now you have to file an appeal, and then you have to go through that whole process. And what kind of appeal are you going to do? Are you going to do a supplemental? Are you going to do a higher level review? Do you need to push it to the court, right? So you can avoid all of that. all of that stress, all of that heartache, all of that pressure by filing an intent to file to give yourself the time to be able to fully develop your claim. Now, I'll tell you this too. When it comes to filing your claim, it is absolutely essential that you read the schedule of ratings for your specific condition. Whether it's a bad back, right? Or diabetes, or high blood pressure, or heartburn, GERD, or migraine headaches, or insomnia, or whatever it is, you need to read the schedule of ratings for your specific condition so that way you can now start to develop your claim appropriately to make sure that you are issued this correct percentage as far as a rating is concerned. Then, as you're developing all that stuff and marking all your, crossing your T's and dotting your I's and getting everything together, now when you file your claim, you'll be good to go. Now, I'll throw in a little extra piece here for you, if you're still hanging on. I've seen a few comments on this in a few different of the videos, just people talking about their own situations, and I want to shine a little light on this. When you file a claim with the VA will process one claim for you at a time. What I see people do is they get all, hot and bothered that they missed something. They filed a claim for 7 things, and then that's in process, and it's been in process for 5 months, and they talk to a buddy or somebody else, or they did some Google research or whatever, and then they realize, I forgot to file for this one thing. And so then they'll throw together another claim themselves, and they'll submit it, whether they do it online, on paper, whatever, but they will submit another claim. And then what happens is the VA now has 2 claims. They will not process 2 claims. So what do? They will merge those 2 together. But they don't fast forward that second one. What they do is they backtrack the first one. And they kind of start that process over. Now, granted, they could have already gotten some things done, which is great, but it's going to absolutely impact the time frame for completion. It is going to drag out that first claim. Now, I will tell you this. In some cases, it does make sense to just throw it in there and let them backtrack it and carry it forward. For example, if you only filed a claim for tinnitus in your first claim, and that's processed for 4 months or 5 months, then you turn around and you go, I forgot to file for my GERD and my heartburn. Well, guess what? Those 2 ratings are going to be substantially higher, most likely, than your 10% tinnitus. So you might as well just file them, let them merge it and bring it back, and then carry them both forward, if that makes sense. But if it's the other way around and your higher ratings are going to get, prolonged because of your filing of a 10%, then it probably doesn't, it's not worth that yet. Just let the first one play out. So with that, I'll go ahead and end it there. Thanks so much. I appreciate each and every one of you. Have a great one. And remember, if we don't take care of each other, something went wrong.